If I knew that these nails came with all these stipulations, trust me, I would have definitely reconsidered and picked a whole different style. Starting off, y'all know I love to mix colors. So to get this pink, I had to mix my regular pink from D&D. It's more of like on the hot pink side, and I mixed it with some white to give it like this cute Barbie pink. I am a strong advocate for mixing the colors instead of going out and buying each and every individual color. It's a waste of time and a waste of money. Now, in my previous videos, I was telling y'all how I was getting more into doing freestyles or whatever, but I kind of slithered my way back over to these inspo pics. Well, I wouldn't say me, I would say my clients, because when they show me the picture, I ask them like, do y'all want everything exactly like how it is on a picture? Do you want to change some of the colors up? And which you should ask them that, because you never know. Some people will speak up and some people won't. So you just have to ask those questions just in case to make sure. This inspo pic that my client showed me has something different on every single nail, which I love. It's very creative and it's very cute. When each nail has something different on there, you really want to lay out all your colors just to have it out so you wouldn't be like reaching back and forth. Like everything would just be there so you could be going from nail to nail to nail. Now with doing nails like that, you really want to analyze the picture and analyze the base of the nails. Like let's say if it has something different on there, but you could see that the base of the nail is French tip, or the base of the nail is just one single color. Like you want to get that out the way so when you lay your designs on top, after you lay it on top, you're done. You have to look at it like this. Doing nail art, it looks complicated, but it's really not. It's literally just layers on top of layers. So when you actually break it down, it becomes really simple. And that's what I definitely had to do with this set. I had to break it on down. For the rest of the portion of the video, I'm just going to be layering on the bases, and I'll definitely be back when it's time for me to make these nails come to life. When she first showed me the picture, when I tell you, I thought the pinky nail was like a tuxedo. Y'all go see once I finish it. Tell me it does not resemble a tuxedo. But it had a charm in the middle of it, so you couldn't really see the whole thing. But it was just a line and some dots. It just reminded me of a tuxedo. Now, when you go to overlap colors like a white and a black, you want to make sure you have really pigmented colors because you don't want the color that's underneath to show on the color that's on top. The black that I am using is by Creations, and you can get it off of Amazon. And the white that I'm using is by D&D, and it's called Snowflake. If y'all need the direct links, I will link them down below. There are a lot of different pigmented polishes out there, but the most affordable one that you get enough bang for your buck is Beetles. When it comes to doing a 3D nail art that comes off of the nail, it's really up to your client or up to the inspo pic that they show you if you will put a top coat on or a matte top coat on before you start to do this 3D art, because sometimes it does make a difference. Now, with starting off doing it, you have to move fast. Unless you have one of those hand gel lights, you have to hurry up and cure it because it does slide and move around. Not saying it's going to move right then and there as soon as you lay it down, no. But you give it like 10 seconds, 15 seconds, it's going to slide out of place. And I don't cure for the whole 60 or 30 seconds. I only cure for 10. 10 is good enough just to set it in place to where it doesn't move. Now, when your client goes in to stick their whole hand in there, when you're totally finished, that's when it could finish curing. Now, once you cure for that 10 seconds, it's not going to go anywhere, trust me. On the nail that I'm going to do the Aurora effect on, I'm going to use my pigment powders because I feel like it comes out better this way and you have more control over it. And it's like a slow progress situation with the pigment powders instead of with the airbrush. It's kind of like you spray it and you get what you can get. If you want more of a detailed video of how I do the Aurora effect with the pigment powders, you can check out my fruit nails video. I went into detail throughout the whole video. The only downside with doing the Aurora effect with the pigment powders is you can only do it on light colors. Like on dark colors, you're not going to see it at all. Now with the airbrush, you can airbrush a pink on a black and you're going to be able to see it. With the pigment powders, you're not going to see anything. Doing the 3D water droplets, it's easier to do it straight out of the tube instead of putting the product on a palette and then trying to do it. Because at least with the tube, you can control how much you're squeezing out. I feel like once you put it on a palette, it's just a mess and it's harder to maneuver around, and you're not going to get those perfect water droplets just like how you would get if you would just squeeze it out the tube. Now, you do have to move it. Once you squeeze it, you do have to move it back and forth really fast like how I'm doing, because if not, it'll create like the long string of it coming out, and you don't want that to get stuck around the nail because it can mess up the nail if you go in and cure it. Then you're going to see it. And you remember earlier when I was describing to you about you want to do the base of the nail first and then go in with the 3D droplets? Because let's say if it's glossy and they do the 3D droplets on top, you could do it that way and it can make them stick out more. I noticed when you do the 3D droplets and you add top coat on it, it kind of make the 3D droplets like fade away into the nails. Like, of course you're still going to see it, but it don't make them stick out how it would if you put them on top. That's what I have noticed. So if you're going to do a glossy top coat and you want the nail to be glossy with the 3D droplets, do the top coat first and then do the droplets. That was the mistake I made. Vice versa for when you do the matte first and then do the droplets, because that's what you don't want to do. You don't want to do the droplets and then try to maneuver that matte around. No, it's difficult. And this is what I was talking about before, like adding those little final touches to the raindrops, like putting the base on before you add the final touches. It makes sense, but then sometimes it don't, because I noticed that when you put the builder gel on there, it kind of has like this tacky layer. So if you just leave it there without putting a top coat on top, it can like length and stuff could get stuck to it. So you still have to add a top coat to it, but you just don't want to paint the nail like how you would paint a regular nail, because then it starts to blend in with the top coat. I don't know how to explain it, so I just go and add a little top coat like around each bubble so it could still stand out and it won't blend in. Tell me if y'all are like this or if y'all have clients like this. But my client, she does not care about her thumbs. Like, if she showed me the picture and you can't see the thumb, she'd be like, oh, you could just leave the thumb like that. And I'm like, no, I'm not leaving the thumb just plain. We got to put something on it. She was like, well, just freestyle on the thumb. I really don't care about it. You got to show a little love to the thumbs. They don't get enough recognition. A little off topic for the raindrops, but if you want to have a shortcut and not do all of that work, because you got to work smarter, not harder, to create the perfect circle, you better use that dotting tool. Don't be sitting there struggling with that brush trying to get the perfect circle, because trust me, it's not going to happen and it's going to give you a headache. So if you need a bigger circle, take the dotting tool and swirl it around even more, and it's going to create the circle even bigger. But if you just want a small one, you can just put a little dot. That's a little gem for y'all. Because trust me, I'm going to be honest here. I was going to be a fool and struggle with that circle and be like, okay, let me get it. Let me use the brush. No. Like, it had to click to reality. Like, girl, use that dotting tool. Now for the smiley faces, I did end up using my brush because it was just half a circles. It wasn't that bad. I didn't really have to get it that perfect because it's smiley faces. This is the final product. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave me a comment down below. And I'm going to see you guys in my next one. Bye.